Imagine transforming your balcony patio or even windowsill into a lush, productive garden oasis. This isn't some far-off dream, it's the magic of container gardening. Picture the joy of nurturing your own vibrant flowers, the satisfaction of harvesting fresh herbs, or the thrill of plucking ripe, sun-kissed tomatoes right from your living space. With container gardening, you're not limited by land or location. You can grow anywhere, bringing nature's bounty into your home, regardless of space. Whether you're a seasoned green thumb or a gardening newbie, our guide to container gardening will unlock the secrets to growing a thriving garden in any space. Picture this. A once dull and lifeless corner of your home now bursts with life, boasting vibrant blooms, fresh herbs, and even juicy vegetables. All it takes is a few containers and a sprinkle of creativity. So, are you ready to turn your home into a garden paradise? Let's dive in. First up, selecting the right container. The container you choose is much more than just a home for your plants. It's part of their life support system, and you have a world of options to pick from. From rustic terracotta pots that offer breathability to sleek ceramic ones that retain moisture, each container type has its unique benefits. Perhaps you're leaning towards a lightweight plastic pot, or maybe a stylish metal one catches your eye. Remember though, that while plastic is light and easy to move, it can overheat in the sun. Metal, on the other hand, can add a modern touch but may rust over time. But don't limit yourself to traditional pots. Explore the world of recycled containers. Old buckets, wooden crates, even worn-out boots can be transformed into quirky plant homes. Just make sure to add drainage holes to prevent waterlogging. Hanging baskets, too, can be a fantastic choice, especially for trailing plants. They add a vertical element to your green space, making it appear larger and more lush. And if you're worried about forgetting to water your plants, consider self-watering containers. These cleverly designed pots have a built-in reservoir that provides a steady supply of water to your plants, ensuring they never go thirsty. Size matters too. Small pots dry out fast and offer limited root space, while large ones can be heavy and hard to move. Match the pot size to your plant, remembering that it's better to slightly overestimate than underestimate the size. Lastly, think about the aesthetic appeal. Your containers should complement your plants and enhance the overall look of your garden. Whether you favor a minimalist style with clean lines and neutral tones, or a bohemian vibe with vibrant colors and diverse shapes, there's a container out there that's perfect for you. So take your time, consider your options, and remember, the right container plays a vital role in your plant's growth and well-being. We'll guide you through picking the perfect home for your plants, ensuring their health and happiness. Next, let's pick our green companions. The beauty of container gardening is its versatility. You might be surprised by the variety of plants that can flourish in a container. Vegetables, herbs, flowers, and even small trees or shrubs can all be grown successfully in containers. Let's start with vegetables. Many varieties of tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and eggplants are perfect for containers. These plants love the sun, so make sure to place them in a sunny spot. Herbs are another great choice for container gardening. Basil, parsley, thyme, and rosemary are just a few examples. They're not only useful for cooking, but also add a wonderful aroma to your space. If you prefer flowers, consider petunias, marigolds, or geraniums. These vibrant blooms will brighten up any container garden. For those of you with limited sunlight, don't worry. There are plenty of shade-loving plants for you. Ferns, hostas, and impatiens are all great options. Choosing the right plants for your container garden is about more than just picking out what you like. You need to consider the conditions of your space. How much sunlight does it get? Is it exposed to wind? What's the climate like? Sun-loving plants like tomatoes and peppers need at least 6 hours of sunlight each day. On the other hand, shade-tolerant ferns and hostas prefer cooler, shady areas. Your climate also plays a role in plant selection. Some plants are more tolerant of cold or heat than others. For instance, cacti and succulents are perfect for hot, dry climates, while ferns and hostas thrive in cooler, more humid areas. Remember, the key to a successful container garden is choosing the right plants for your specific conditions. So take the time to assess your space and choose plants that will thrive there. From sun-loving tomatoes to shade-tolerant ferns, will help you match your space's conditions with the right plants for your container garden. A strong foundation is crucial. The success of your container garden hinges largely on the quality of your soil and your planting techniques. So, what makes a good potting mix? Well, it's all about balance. Your plants need a mix that's rich in nutrients yet light and well-draining. Start with a base of good quality potting soil. This is usually a blend of peat moss or coconut coir, compost, and perlite or vermiculite. The peat or coir provides a light, airy base that retains moisture while the compost enriches the mix with nutrients. The perlite or vermiculite, they ensure proper drainage, preventing waterlogged roots. But remember, not all plants have the same needs. Some prefer a sandier mix, others need more compost. Tailor your potting mix to your plants for the best results. Now let's talk about planting techniques. Whether you're starting with seeds or seedlings, spacing is key. Overcrowding can lead to competition for resources and increase the risk of disease. So give your plants room to breathe. For seeds, make a shallow hole in the soil, drop in your seed, and cover it lightly. Keep the soil moist but not waterlogged. With seedlings, dig a hole deep enough to cover the roots. Place your seedling and gently firm the soil around it. Remember, the top of the root ball should be level with the soil surface. And don't forget to water it well after planting. The first few weeks are crucial. Keep the soil consistently moist and protect your seedlings from harsh weather conditions. Soon you'll see them flourish, transforming your container into a lush green oasis. We'll cover the ins and outs of creating the perfect potting mix and share expert planting techniques to maximize your garden's potential. The key to lush growth lies in the care. It's not just about planting your seedlings and waiting for them to grow. There's a certain art to keeping your container garden thriving, and it starts with proper watering, feeding, and pruning. Now, when it comes to watering, it's not as simple as pouring water into your pots until they overflow. No, it's all about understanding your plant's needs. Some plants love being drenched, while others prefer their soil a bit on the dry side. The trick is to keep the soil evenly moist. Too much water can lead to root rot, and too little can stunt growth. So remember, the golden rule of watering is balance. Next, let's talk about feeding your plants. Just like you, plants need food to grow strong and healthy. But what exactly should you feed them? Well, a good quality organic fertilizer is your best bet. It's packed with all the nutrients your plants need to thrive. And remember, over-fertilizing can do more harm than good, so stick to the recommended amounts. Finally, let's touch on pruning. Pruning is like giving your plants a little haircut. It helps them grow bushier and produce more flowers or fruits. But be careful not to overdo it. A good rule of thumb is to remove only about a third of the plant at a time, and always use a clean, sharp pair of shears to avoid spreading diseases. So, there you have it. The basics of watering, feeding, and care. It may seem like a lot to remember, but once you get the hang of it, it's really quite simple. And the payoff? A lush, thriving container garden that's the envy of all your friends and neighbors. Learn how to water wisely, feed your plants for robust growth, and keep your garden looking its best with our easy maintenance tips. Container gardening opens up a world of possibilities. It's not just about growing plants in pots or boxes, it's about creativity, adaptability, and the sheer joy of watching life flourish in the most unexpected places. It's about turning the mundane into the extraordinary, one container at a time. From the bustling city balcony to the tranquil suburban patio, container gardens burst with life and color, bringing a touch of nature to even the most concrete of jungles. They grace our windowsills, brighten our rooftops, and turn our living spaces into lush green sanctuaries. As the sun sets, casting a warm, golden glow, we find serenity in these thriving gardens. They're a testament to our nurturing, our patience, and our love for the natural world. And in return, they reward us with their beauty, their bounty, and their silent companionship. No matter your space, you can cultivate a garden that brings you joy and satisfaction. Happy gardening!